はじめに二つの至宝があった。高き力を秘めし、炎の至宝、アークルージュ。強き力を秘めし、大地の至宝、ロストゼウム。共に巨大な守護神の形をとり、人の子に奇跡と恩恵をもたらした。数百年の間、エレボニアの地において、それぞれ繁栄を謳歌していたが、ある時期から、授かった人間同士が相争うようになってしまったのじゃ。二つの至宝は、人の望みを聞き届けて、ついに直接、
People do be
ぶつかり合う
greedy.
こととなった。もたらされたのは、大災悪。大地が震え、天が引き裂かれるほどの天
People
変
always
地異
want
だった
more
そう
and
じゃ。
more.
人間たちが後悔しても、もはや止まらず、千日に及ぶ戦いは、地上を暗黒の焦土と化し、最後に、四方同士の争いは終焉を迎えた。ただし、相打ちという形で、力尽きた四方の抜け殻は、それぞれ遠くへ飛ばされ、暗黒の大地に、ようやく静寂と光が戻ったのじゃ。じゃが、
Oh.
話はそれで終わりではなかった。
Oh, so the empty shell that we saw on the island
二つの
was
至
one
宝
of
の
it?
力が最後の激突で融合。全く新たな存在が
Oh,
この世に生
that
まれ
does
てしま
not
ったんで
sound
す。
great.
それこそが
Oh,
大いなる一と呼
great
ばれる
one.
鋼。炎と大地が連成されることで誕生してしまった超越的な存在でした。すぐに暴走はしなかったものの、内部で無限の自己総国を永劫に繰り返す究極にして不安定な力の源。生き延びた人々は悟ったそうです。これは人の手に負えるものではないと。
それぞれの聖獣の力も借り、炎と大地の眷属たちは協力して、大いなる一を封じることにした。しかし、試みはことごとく失敗し、最後に試されたのが、ある方法じゃった。上位次元において、大いなる一としての本質を保ったまま、現実世界では複数の個として存在する。そんな仕組みで、最悪を御そうとしたのじゃ。
結論から言うと、試みは成功し、大地の眷属が7つの器を用意し、炎の眷属が力を分割して宿すことで、彼らは作り出されました。
Oh,
すなわち、
those.
7体の騎士人、
Ah,
デウス
interesting.
エクセリオンを、
This is beyond fathomable. I was told about this in bits and pieces, but all that happened 1,200 years ago, that wasn't a fairy tale, right? At the very least, something similar happened. So what happened after that? Why did Valimar and the other Divine Knights start fighting? And how did he lose his memory? This is as far as the story that was passed down goes. So the Kin of Fire became the Hexen clan, Kin of Earth became the Gnomes. They split the unstable ultimate power into 7, then both sides decided to watch over the reconstruction after the Great Collapse. And by the way, many people from each kinship have since abandoned their roles. They joined together, started accepting people from surrounding area, and created the foundation of what became Erebonia. This is around the same time the Septian Church was spreading across Erebonia. 300 years passed and the Arnor family established the city of Heimdall. That's when the disaster of the Dark Dragon occurred. Oh.
900年前の帝都ヘイムダル。当時 わずか5万人の小都市でしたが、文明復興の重要な拠点の一つでした。七葉教会の聖堂も築かれ、さらなる発展を遂げようとしたその時、突如として暗黒竜が出現することで、帝都は正気に包まれ、使徒と化しました。時の皇帝アストリウスは民を率いて南に落ち延び、セントアークの地に仮の都を築くことになります。
その最悪による混乱の中、脱出を助けるため、魔女と知性たちは互いに深刻な痛手を受けた。魔女は先代の長が命を落とし、知性はこの時聖獣を失ったのじゃ。こうして両者の交流は完全に断たれ、最後に接触があったのは100年後。赤の鬼神を起動したヘクトル帝が暗黒竜を倒して帝都を取り戻した時じゃった。促したのは知性の長で、導いたのは新たな魔女の長。すなわちわらわであった。しかし暗黒竜の正気で皇帝は命を落とし、赤は呪われた鬼神となり、世継ぎの王子の立ち会いのもと、最後にわらわと知性の長によって王城地下に封印されることになった。
Oh, that's right there.
それが最後じゃった。いかなる理由
Under the
か、
Imperial Palace.
知性たちは我らに決別を宣言して完全に姿を消してしまう。それから800年間、帝国で戦が起きるたびに鬼神は姿を現し、超越的な力を振るっては姿を消していった。知性たちの関与は間違いなかったが、我らに阻止する術はなく、起動者を正しく導くという対処に徹するしかなかった。それが極まったのは250年前の獅子戦役じゃ。義弟オルトロスが蘇らせた赤に、ルキウス王子の傭兵が起動した紫、そしてドライケルス王子の灰、聖女リアンヌが隠し持っていた銀、4体の鬼神が出現した大戦だったのじゃ。
Well, that's how things connect. There are so many parts to the story I want to question, but Zoanma's grandma was around during the War of the Lions? A good witch, I've read about them in fairy tales. As the princess guide, I accompanied the Drachel's camp. I remember those days. I used to be quite the beauty. All I mean to say is that the art depictions of me are not inaccurate. As stated earlier, the elder of the witches isn't a normal human. Though you've been watching over the clan after becoming an immortal being. Yes, however, I only came into existence 800 years ago. My predecessor perished soon afterward, and I do not have many memories from beyond that point. So naturally, there are things that I still do not know. But there are things that you do know about, such as how you said the maiden Lien was the awakener of the Argent Knight, and whether or not she is Ouroboros' Steel Maiden. That's true, you could confirm so many things. It is her, of that much I am certain. She was the daughter of a count who met the Wandering Prince, later challenged the apocalypse only to lose her life. However, before that happened, it was I who guided Lien to become the Argent Awakener. But Lien knew her powers were too great, so she kept them hidden away. It was only during her battle with the Apocalypse that she unleashed her full might. In the end, however, she was fatally injured and passed away after the war. And then half a year later, I witnessed her revival, along with your ancestor, Arsid, second in command of the Eisenreaper. Oh, there's so many zombies in this game. That's why. Were you the one who revived them, grandmother? Yeah, that's what I'd like to know too. After Liane passed, I thought it was strange how her body did not rot. So I took her body back to the village. Half a year later, she simply woke up. I assumed she had become an immortal, though I cannot say how or when. Liane realized what was happening to her, so she left Arabonia to walk the earth without even telling her loved Dragels. She left Legram to Arcid, her right-hand man. I occasionally met with her whenever she came around, but the last time was 20 years ago. That's when she met Ouroboros' Grandmaster, who brought her into the fold. And thank you for sharing this. There are some things that can't be overlooked. We've seen too many incredible things over the last few months. So the boss and Crow were both... And as I said earlier, we have no idea what specifically happened. I think the key is the Divine Knight. The Jaeger King was not an awakener when he was alive. On the other hand, Dracos was an awakener, but he did not become immortal. He has remained dead. That's right. No. Oh my goodness, stop. No bots. No. Okay. Though I do not believe he's an immortal like me, the leadership of the gnomes is somehow passed down from one to the next. In order for them to achieve their goal of bringing the Great Twilight. This is the first I've heard of it, but is that the fairy tale of the end that Vita was talking about? Yes, 800 years ago as we were going our separate ways, that is what the chief of the gnomes told the prince and me. It was as if he was foretelling a future where everything ends. It's much too similar to the direction the Empire is heading. Let me add to this. The reason Barkhorn and I were in Arabonia was because we discovered an anomaly. The spirit veins were being distorted all over the continent and the source seemed to emanate from the Empire. It was like a ripple effect. Oh, that does not look good. The incidents in Liberal and Crossbell as well as civil war in Arabonia only served to further increase the distortions. They continued to get larger after Crossbell and Northumbria were folded into the Empire, and larger again when cryptids and magic knights of Arabonia appeared in Crossbell. On the other hand, Pleroma grass, which is native to Crossbell, started blooming in the Empire. If the Great Twilight really is about to happen, then all of this seems to be an omen of things to come. Who is this Alberich person? He uses the Masked Man as his agent and hired the Jaeger King, who is supposed to be dead. Are there other gnomes out there? Well, your dear rabbit friends may technically count, but besides the Masked Man, their leader seems to have at least one other acting agent. I cannot say who this person may be, but it would seem they are talented craftsmen at any rate. Oh, is it George? Oh, and before you jump to conclusions, I am not speaking of that little brat Schmidt. It would seem the person I speak of possesses a different kind of genius than he does. A talented craftsman. That's putting some unpleasant ideas in my head. In any event, Alberich and the Chancellor are probably connected, and it's unlikely to be through the intelligence division or his children. With the incidents of last night, things may have already been put in motion. Why do you say that? Last night we finally decoded the black records that you found the other day. Oh, the black records are a collection of particular type of artifacts sometimes found in Arabonia. I was actually exchanging information about them with Reen. Really? When did that happen? Right before all of you graduated, he revealed his true identity to me. He told me not to tell anyone. I hope you don't hold it against me. I mean, Father Thomas. You probably took advantage of Reen's sense of responsibility, didn't you? Well, I can't deny it. In any event, this is what the updated black records say.
見えにより古の血が流されし時、黒き聖杯への道が開かれん。汚れし聖獣が終末の剣に貫かれ、その血が聖杯を満たす時、大いなる黄昏は始まらん。
What? That... The timing is too perfect. It's as if the prophecies were written about our current situation. If the ancient blood is referring to the emperor, then is the sacrifice referring to ash? No, ash. What about the growl and the blade? The growl is probably related to the Septian Church. Painted holy beast. Father Thomas, could that be the dragon? As we stated earlier, there is a sacred place beneath this cathedral, the Primal Ground, a facility that was designed to play a major role after the Great Collapse. 900 years ago, when Heimdall was shrouded in darkness, it retreated beneath here and disappeared. Oh, it's not, it's something else. I heard about such a facility in Liberl. There is one beneath the Granshell Cathedral in Liberl too. However, when Heimdall was retaken, the space beneath the cathedral was buried by rock. But what if it didn't disappear and simply transferred somewhere else instead? So it still exists. The holy beast mentioned in the prophecy is likely the holy beast of Earth. As I said before, it disappeared after the disaster 900 years ago. It is only speculation, but I believe the dark dragon you faced the other day was merely a servant of the true holy beast. What? That was a servant? Are you saying that the dark dragon wasn't the cause of everything? Though it was indeed a powerful cryptid, it was not something the witches and gnomes could not take care of together. If the holy beast gave birth to the dark dragon and is still alive somewhere, where else could it be but the primal ground? All the conditions set forth in the prophecy are lining up. This has to be a joke. Regarding this blade of world's end that defeats the holy beast, in other scriptures, it is called the Originator Zero. I'm speculating that it's a special weapon created by the Black Workshop. It probably isn't anything like what the boss uses. Do you think it's made of Zamorian ore, like the weapons used by the Divine Knights? That would seem most likely. Oh.
どうしたんだ？
ほう、何か気づいたのね。
今は少しでも手がかりが欲しい状況です。
何でもいい。どうか話してみてくれ。
そうですね。根源たる虚無、オリジネーターゼロ、すなわち OZ なのでは？黒の工房がミリアムやアルティナさんにつけていた。
Oh, I was thinking like, what is that again? I don't remember, but
OZ?
thanks for clarifying.
何ですかそれ。やっとたどり着いたわね。この声。
Vita?
姉さん。
Everybody's
よう
here.
やく現れたか、宝刀娘が。
ミスティ、クロチルダさんか。
独自に動いているのは聞いていたが。
久しぶりね、ババ様。エマにセリーナ、7組のみんなも。それとライサンダー卿、仲立ちしてくれて助かったわ。
いやー、家族がすれ違ったままなのも悲しいですからね。
姉さん、どうして？やっぱり戻ってくるつもりじゃないのよね。
ええ、前にも言ったように、私の忠誠は名手に捧げている。その意味では、あなたやババ様みたいに魔女としてのみは振る舞えない。鋼の聖女、あの人がそうであるようにね。だから何なのよ、その名手ってのは。ふん、どんな人物かは知らぬが、 大した入れ込みようじゃな。ならばビータ、主がこの場に現れた理由、ようやく結社がどう動くか決まったというところか。
ええ、新規を使った3つの実験結果を受けて、私以外の使徒6名が全員一致で決定したそうよ。私が戒めてきた禁忌を破り、三将と知性の大いなる黄昏に協力して、終焉の中で減塩計画を
But
完
why
遂
is she
する
telling
こ
us
とに。
this now? You were so secretive before.
そういうことか。先月から結社が姿を消したのは帝国から撤退したからじゃなかった。
自分たちの計画を何としても進めるために敵対者と裏切り者に共準することを検討していたわけですか。
バカな。もしそうだとするなら、
すべてが敵に回った。
That's a lot of people.
これは大聖堂の鐘ではありませんね。
あれ、これってクロスベルの鐘？
そうなのか。
はい。独立国の時にも異変が起きる前に聞こえて。博物館に置かれてた。
Oh, the cursed
星の
one.
塔の大金。
博物館の方角ではないぞ。
減塩計画とはよく言ったものね。どこまであの方はこれを予見していたのかし
ねえ、何を浸っておる。知っているのならとっとと見せい。
ら。グリアノス抜きだと厳しいからババ様も手伝ってちょうだい。エマ、セリーヌもね。
はい。
She's being very cooperative this time round.
こき使ってくれるわね。
A portable TV. Very convenient. Being able to teleport something huge like the divine knight. Very convenient, huh? Wow. This is a gang. Almost as intimidating as we are. Oh, Milliam, you're there. Oh, no! What are you doing to Altina? Don't touch her, Lecter! I'll kill you! Damn it, Lecter. Altina! So it is the Oz thing. Milliam, I thought you were supposed to help. I guess she can't really do anything because there's so many people. She can't just like yoink Altina out of there. It's okay, Milliam. You do your best.
減塩計画の再開を祝してナンバー0道化師が始めさせてもらうよ。
Imperial Villa, 500 RG point. Oh. Wait, that looks like a dragon. Is it not the dragon? Something else. What's that ruckus? Oh. Oh man, what? A giant egg. A like egg.
Wow.
はあ、大したもんだな。へえ。
終わりの始まりですか。
Oh, Sharon is dead too because she's still one of them.
黒き聖杯、
Tina.
師匠の記述通りか。
大いなる力を永劫のものとする最上。
リーン、ユーシスたち。
まさかこんなことになっちまうとはな。
では始めるとしよう。案内するがいい。聖の長にして工房の主、黒のアルベリヒよ。
かしこまりました。
偉大なる主よ。
I thought it would be like a twist and then it'd be like someone you know. But... Oh man, things are really going down now. Wait. Oh. Oh man. Tough crowd. Ooh wee. Oh, we can see too. Oh, the palace became this. I thought it was like below.
兄上、ミリアム。
あれって
Yeah,
あるよね。
it was you now. I'm worried.
どうした？
団長、ゼノにレオも。
青のジークフリード。
太ったコートの人ってやっぱり火炎魔人に道化師。あれが聖女か。
どうして。今
Oh
朝
no.
話したばかりで。それに
I'm sure Sharon, Milliam, and Ellie were forced into it.
そ
Oh
んな
wait.
のあるわけない。
Oh.
アリサ。
Oh, is that her dad?
ルーグマンとか言ったっけ。髪の色は違うけど。
Wait, no, it's not. Wait,
フランツ・
Lookman? Lookman, isn't he the
ジーシュリットの
professor?
一番弟子にして
Oh,
RF グルー
is
プ
her
現
dad?
会長のナッチ
So confused.
フランツ・ラインフォルトの旧姓ね。
Ah,
なるほど。20年前から動き
what's
始
up
めてい
with
た
all
という
these
わけ
zombies?
か。
They just pop up
Eh.
from nowhere.
おそらくは宰相と協力し、この状況を作り出すために。
Oh,
アリサさん。
ほうけている暇はないわ。
that's right.
黄昏がどんなものだろうと遊撃士として放置はできない。君たちはどうなの？
ああ、こんなところで立ち止まってはいられない。
まさにここで動くために7組は集まったのかもしれぬ。
そうだね。
アリサ、行こう。
ビータ、主はどうするつもりじゃ。
異種返しという意味で付き合いたいのは山々だけど、多分簡単にはいかないでしょうね。
なんじゃと。
この気配は。
霊力の乱れ。
これってまさか。副長、ガイウスさん、幻獣山公兵が多数出現しました。